New year, new track, and a new car, all of which brings us to Yas Marina for 12 laps of, well, a lot of penalties, really, and a lot of the Porsche GT3R. Obviously, the newly added car replacing the almost decade old 911 RSR as well. Just casually get overtaken by the Mercedes. Now, this was the first race of today. Not really fully confident around this track just yet. That will come later. But yeah, basically, first race trying to learn, trying to know, or trying to figure out we can push and we can't, with the track limits being a lot more strict compared to what they normally like, which basically means it's far easier to collect penalties. But on the other hand, in terms of the race regulations, both racing mediums and racing hards are required, and fuel isn't something to worry about. But now anyway, coming down to turn 6, where these two up ahead kinda going at each other, which just allows me to get side by side with the other Porsche. Now not quite getting enough of a run to actually get past, but just managing to stay side by side. Coming out to the next corner where they are gonna have the inside, and I'm just not gonna have enough grip to try and drive around him. So yeah, staying in last place so far. Although we do see our first victim to the penalties up ahead being the Mercedes in half a second there. And now on the main straight, sitting behind the Porsche, getting that slipstream. Now looking on the outside, they're not going defensive, so trying to get a move there. Try not to overcook it, parking it on the inside with contact there, but we do manage to get through and not be lost. Or at least not be lost for now, as we make our way up to turn 7, trying to keep in the toe of the Mercedes. And well, yeah, forgetting to go defensive because, well, he's right there. And he just dives through on the inside and gets back up into 15th, putting me back down into last. But it's not over as we come to the hotel section. Porsche getting a bit loose there, actually. Looking on the inside there, not quite having it. Bit of contact between those two in front, a bit more contact. Looks like Mercedes got sent off there, which means I'm no longer lost at least. And then the Porsche up ahead just makes a small little mistake there, going a bit too far and awards himself off a second penalty. Well, can't see it now, but yep, there it is. Look at all those pixels. Anyway, they serve their penalty and allows me to get up into 14th. Lovely results. And now here's someone else serving a rather large penalty, coming basically down to a stop, which means we're into 13th. So yeah, not completely, well, not lost, just an achievement. And moving all the way down to the last corner of the last lap, not gonna quite get the 12th position, so basically continue that achievement of P13. So not so bad for the first race. I mean, well, it's P13, but I mean, considering well, I don't know, but let's move on to the next one. Well, now I did do 2 other races before this one, but being such a good content creator that I am, apparently, I forgot to press record for both of them. So, well, the results were basically the same as the first race anyway, so it didn't really matter. Hence why jumping straight to this one. I mean, if I didn't tell you that, you wouldn't really know. Well, unless you watch the live recording. But anyway, let's focus on the race now. As you can see, the Citroen there with the half a second penalty, and the Batman Porsche just coming around on the inside and like just throwing it through there. Now skipping the straights, coming down into turn 6, trying to get a move there on the red Porsche, putting myself in a, well, unfavorable position and just getting a bad exit out of there, which allows another Porsche to get through. So basically losing 2 positions within the first lap. Anyway, coming down into, well, whatever this corner is called, looking there on the inside, but just not having enough grip to actually proceed with the move. Yeah, I'm coming now to the hotel section. Again, not too comfortable around that corner. And yeah, still in 12. So not the best start to this first lap. And well, I'm about to add some salt to this lap as you come to the last corner and just cut it there. I give myself off a second penalty. Excellent work. But anyway, moving on to lap 3. The two in front both have off a second penalties, which allows me to simply cruise on by. Obviously lap 2 at the top of penalty already, hence why you can see it. So yeah, up into 9th. Anyway, moving far into the future of this race, lap 11, aka second to last lap, where we have this Porsche in front, and yeah, basically gonna try and get another position up on them. Coming down into turn 5, not gonna look on the inside or anything, just gonna take it nice and slow and try and get the run out of the corner. And well, the run is what I get as we go side by side down the long straight. And yeah, keeping on the inside and getting that one extra move down as we come to turn 6. Do overcook it a bit, there's a chance for them to come back, but they don't, and we get the move into 7th place. To reach 7th place is the place that we complete this race, so yeah, an improvement. Now I just want to point out before I start this race, this is a full lobby and it's just Porsche, 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 and Porsche. Yeah, hence why depending on which thumbnail you see, it's labeled as the Porsche Cup. Now, this first race, I know what's happening between them, but I say this first race. This last race actually ended up being a pretty good one, and well, yeah, this is the one that's also, depending on which thumbnail you see, is where we had the fight for the win. But anyway, now starting in 9th, getting the position there, the other Porsche, and the other Porsche in front of me gets off a second penalty from that previous corner. So far not looking like a terrible start, although coming down into turn 6, where the German, the yellow Porsche, actually gets through. But we do get a pretty good exit as we come 3 wide, although the middle Porsche is about to serve their penalty. So basically staying in 8th so far, keeping on close with the German, coming into this left-hander, a little nosy on the inside there, but ultimately not getting through. And now to the start of lap 2, coming into turn 1, getting through there quite decently, through to turn 2, taking a way better line than the Brit in front, kinda holding me up there a bit, bruh. But anyway, trying to position myself on the inside and well, getting that done as we come into this corner, turn 4, and getting the move done there, getting a bit loose on the exit. But yeah, up into 7, although he is right behind me. I try and squeeze him, hopefully they'll back out, but they don't. So does have the best position now, being on the inside of the corner as you come down to turn 6. and yeah, kind of just gets back through the, can't really do a switcheroo on the corner too. So back down into 8. But there's someone else who was about to serve their penalty, as you can see, as we just come cruising on by, getting back up into 8, well not 8, into 7th, with the potential for a further 6, but not quite getting it done. The Brits just holding it out on the outside over there, just as things get a bit sketchy coming into this corner, almost losing it there. But now moving to the starts of lap 3 with the Brits, just seems to cut the corner there ever so slightly and awards themselves half a second penalty as we move through turn 3 and turn 4. Coming up down to turn 5, we will see the German there also with a half a second penalty, and by the time we get down to the end of the straight, the Brit somehow gets another 2 seconds, so 2.5 second penalty. I don't know how, but so yeah, all about to serve their penalties. There's also a third car there, also serves another penalty. So that's 3 positions, just like that, just because we were ever so slightly more careful than the rest of them. Well, I mean, I say that as I proceed to cut the corner quite a bit there actually, and give myself half a second penalty, which is quite annoying because, well yeah, there's 3 other cars with penalties up ahead, and obviously I can't capitalize on it because I just have my own penalty. Although the red Porsche did give themselves a full 1 second penalty, so there's a potential there to get into first place. Well, I mean, I guess not. They were racing softs, now pitted for the mediums, so we do have the tyre advantage now. And also, we do come out slightly ahead of the Italian there, who was also part of the cars that were in the lead. So yeah, despite being 5th, we are still fighting for the lead right now. Obviously the cars that are up ahead, first and second, still need to go in the pit. But never mind that. Now me and the Italian, the black Porsche, both have the tyre advantage because we're both on the softs. And the red Porsche there is on the racing mediums. So, oh well, and he also got penalty to serve. So don't really need to worry about him. Just have to worry about the black Porsche, as the other one is about to serve the penalty. Yeah, getting up into 3rd place. Now everyone knows around the outside there, spending just a moment there ahead, still going through their side by side, but yeah, not getting a move. Man, multiple times I've gone there side by side with someone, but not quite getting a move. Although, by pure chance, I mean pure skill, we do get ahead and into effectively first place. And well, now actually into first, as those who were up there exit the pit lanes behind the 3 of us. Now it's just a question of actually staying in first. There's a pretty decent gap, 1.3 seconds. So yeah, hopefully I don't throw it into the barrier or give myself a penalty. That's a bit of pressure and potentially lose it. Now I did manage to hold it down through lap 9, 10, well lap 11, but they have caught up from behind and coming out through turn 5 where the Brit just gets the exit out of the corner and proceeds to take away first place, although that does mean I can utilize a little bit of slipstream there, get on the inside and try and park it there on the apex. Not quite, but I do get a bit of a push there from behind and yeah, get the slightly better exit. In the Brit there, they do leave good amounts of space there, which is nice. and I continue to lead, although yeah, the pressure from behind is mounting as we come through this long left-hander. Do go a bit wide there. As you can see, the other driver getting a little nosy there on the inside, but managing to keep it all undercover. And now onto the final lap, turn 5, where Dutch driver just manages to get through there on the inside. I mean, I do take it a bit wide, but doesn't get the run. I do get a better exit out of there, which allows me to keep on in front, although the both of them there now keeping it quite close behind as we come down into turn 6, braking slightly too late and going quite deep there, which just allows both of them to squeeze through. And that means I drop down into third, just like that one corner. So, well, actually, it's not the end because there's still a few more corners left as we come now down into turn 9. Then getting a bit touchy through there as the Dutch driver pull it up on the inside and getting the move done on the Brit there, on them fighting for positions. But now coming down to the hotel section, getting quite close to the back of them, the Brit there cutting the corner quite a bit, and then again on the exit here, going off again, getting a bit slidey through there, which does award him half a second penalty, so at least that second in the bag, right? No, as we come down to the last corner, as once again I just go a bit too wide, and that allows the French driver to get through and take that second place. So yeah, quite annoying to actually lose the lead like that, but I mean, was still a pretty good result and a pretty good end to the race and as well to the video. So yeah, I guess if you enjoy that, thanks for watching. Bye bye.